Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm an OCD recovery coach with over 9 years of experience helping people recover from OCD. On this channel, I talk about OCD recovery, the different themes that OCD can have, the methods of recovery, and we do a lot of Q&As. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Again, we do daily videos. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the feeling of relief. And as somebody who got over OCD, I understand chasing that feeling, trying to feel a certain way, trying to feel secure, trying to get reassurance so you feel comfortable, even if it means just for a minute before you get a new OCD thought or a new detail of the same thought that gets you off track. I get all that, but you have to understand that OCD, that part of the mind that has that causes OCD, controls your feelings entirely. And its job is to make you as uncomfortable as possible so you seek reassurance, because when you're seeking reassurance, you're safe. You're trying to get to safety, and that part of the brain thinks you are in some sort of grave danger, and because it doesn't understand the content of the thought, it thinks that no matter what the content is, it's a life or death situation. If you were worried about a red balloon in the sky, it would still think it's a life or death situation as long as you're really worried about it. And that's how OCD happens. If that part of the brain understood on a cognitive level that these thoughts, like the content of the thoughts, that these thoughts are just silly thoughts, right? Then nobody would have OCD. But it doesn't have that filter on it. It's looking to you to filter it correctly. And when you start to react and then react more and then dig and then try to chase the feeling, when you're chasing the feeling, you're doing it from a position of fear. You're in a desperate quest, basically, and your brain doesn't understand what it is that you're doing in terms of why you're doing this, but it understands that this type of signal, when it sends it to you, you react very frantically, with a lot of fear, with a lot of doubt, and you try to seek relief. So that means that you need to seek relief. That means that you are in life or death situation, and it needs to send you more of these thoughts to make sure you keep protecting yourself. And if you ever stop protecting yourself, it needs to work harder to get you back into protecting yourself. And the more you chase the feeling of like, I need to feel better, the more the brain starts to understand that this is actually important. So you're kind of doing the opposite of what you think you're doing. You think you're getting out of OCD by trying to figure it out, but you're actually getting deeper in because the brain understands it in an entirely opposite way. So when you are chasing the feeling, this is exactly what you're doing. On top of it, a lot of the times people, as they get closer to recovery, they'll start to say, well, I'm still getting this thought. And they might be getting it way less, but they're still getting it. So they'll say, well, I am still getting this thought. What does this mean when I'm still getting this thought? And they start to get really caught up in it. And that can become a main theme, So, and that I see this quite a bit as well, So the further you go towards the recovery, the more of a chance that this can come in as like your last OCD theme switch, So watch out for that. Anyways, any feeling of being comfortable right now, don't even try to be comfortable. You're going through recovery. OCD process is terrible. Recovery is kind of terrible, the process of recovery. It's just something you have to go through. There's absolutely no way to go through this water without getting wet. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be extremely uncomfortable, and you have to sit with it and continue to do the work and not give in and really show that 80%, 90% success rate every day over the thoughts. How you feel while, achieving that 80 to 90% success rate doesn't matter. That's how you have to look at it, because the more you feel bad for yourself, the more you say, well, I don't want to feel bad. I get that you don't want to feel bad. Nobody wants to feel bad, but the more you say, well, I don't want to feel this way. Why would I do something that makes me feel this bad? Because you need to recover. And ERP is pain, it's work, it needs to be done. There is no other option. It absolutely needs to be done. I wish I could tell you that there's some other magical way to recover from OCD with minimal effort. There isn't, and I talk to people all around the world, different countries, different, ways they handle OCD, mental illness.
all these kinds of things, which I actually don't find OCD to be a mental illness, really. It's just a situation, I would say. And just like, a disorder is a really correct term, because it's, the brain is not in order because it doesn't understand that these thoughts are not valid. You know what I mean? Like, it, like, kind of like, to dissect the word, right? Like it's not understanding the reality of the situation, because that part of the brain, it's not its job to understand. Its job is to do what you tell it. You tell it that this thought is scary, I need to get more of it to be protected, I need to get all the variations of it. That's what it will do. You'll say it's not scary, it will stop sending it to you. Not instantly, because it has that self-preservation kind of time delay, where it tries to first send you more to make sure that, you're aware, and you're still not reacting. Okay, all right, okay, maybe I'll let go slowly. And then after that, that's what it does. It lets go little by little. So a person will get a thought first once a minute, then once an hour, then once every day, then once every few days, and then little by little it lets go. And also, if you have some stress in your life, that can also make things worse. So there's a lot of factors to it, but generally week to week you should be seeing progress. I hope you guys find these videos helpful. If you would like to do the recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. You can sign up from there. If you haven't subscribed, like I said, I do daily videos, so if you need additional help just to get you through the day, please watch these videos, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you tomorrow.